Morning, everybody. Just before I start, I just want to find out how many maths geniuses do we have here? Who's a maths genius? Can I see by raise of hands? Okay, we have one genius. Okay, so at least I've got good company. There's another one. Oh yes. Okay, at least we have three. Okay. I am a maths genius, and I founded a company called MathsGenius Leadership Institute. I am highly mathematical, so if you're afraid of maths, be afraid of me. Just on the bragging rights as well, I'm fortunate to have. Did you see the glasses in the video? 2 weeks ago, I was in Atlanta, Georgia. I was presenting at the GSMA conference, the Association for all the mobile network companies in the world, and I happened to wear these glasses, and it was phenomenal. There's something called the Internet of Things, where from your cell phone you can lock your door. From your cell phone you can see the tire pressure. You know, AT&T is doing quite a lot of innovation, and their innovation is based on hackathons. They are doing a lot of hackathons where they get a group of people with different skills together in a room, and they present a problem to them, and they say, go, do it, right? But now you find that the problem now with hackathons is that the moment you hear about hacking, you're thinking about genius. You're thinking about someone with special skills that were God-given that are not accessible to other people, right? So hackathons actually accommodate people with varying degrees of IT or other soft skills, you know. So it's to do with teamwork. Now, let me go back to the start now. At MathsGenius, what we do is we go around South Africa, and recently we've been going global, where we are making noise about mathematics. Mathematics has been wrongly packaged for a very long time. You find that about 80% of the world is not proficient in mathematics. So are we saying 80% of the world is dumb, or the subject is just being presented wrongly? Right? The purpose of mathematics is that it teaches us to think in a certain way, in a logical way, to be problem solvers, to be solution-oriented people. So in other words, a maths class should basically be simulation of problem-solving situations that you're going to meet in life. And if we don't have problem solvers from a young age, then what are we doing? Because as it is currently, our maths is just about rote learning 1 + 1 = 2, but it's not enhancing the problem solving and innovation that we actually need. Because for us to have that GDP, to have that entrepreneurship innovation going on, we have to teach kids how to think like mathematicians. I did 6 months in Japan, just going around schools, checking out what is it that makes them so good in maths. I also did 3 months in Finland, checking out why is it that Finland is almost every time number 1 in the world in terms of rankings. And I discovered that in Finland, they do not write any exams until they are 16 years old. They focus on problem solving. They give case studies to kids, real life problems to solve, right? So they use maths as a vehicle for problem solving, because problem solving and innovation are not events, but they are a way of life. And then you find in Japan, they've had 3-4 generations of highly skilled mathematicians. And also, if you look at the way Toyota makes its cars, you know, the Kaizen, I know some of you know the lean methods, right? That's problem solving. So the way that maths is packaged at the moment is not workable and does not help us to achieve what we want to achieve. But anyway, it does not excuse us for mediocrity. Now, in South Africa, one of the major problems that we have, I was fortunate, by the way. I did my schooling in Zimbabwe. I did my honors in mathematics in Zimbabwe, and then I came here and already finished project. So at least I didn't suffer from the system, right? So you find that in South Africa, the spirit of entitlement that Yeshen Pillay spoke about is one of the major problems that is bedeviling the society. You find that a child wants marks, but they haven't worked hard for it. You find that the teacher wants an increase in salary, but they haven't worked for it. You find somebody toying about service delivery, about something that they can solve on their own. So the maths problem in South Africa is not a maths problem, but it's a societal, cultural problem that needs to be rooted from primary school. We need to teach kids to be problem solvers, because the two skills that you need in life are problem solving and decision making. Now, the low-hanging fruit for South African society to become a knowledge society is for us to teach kids to be problem solvers. But now you find that as we are in this room, we are very good at saying, Jacob Zuma in this government, Jacob Zuma in this government. But when the World Economic Forum report comes out, it's saying South Africa, it's not saying Jacob Zuma in this government. So we are all liable, we are all responsible for the failure of our kids. I taught at Midrand High School for 3 years, and I can attest to you that parents came, dumped their kids at school, and went away. There was no participatory parenting. Parents did not add value to their kids' education. So that means that you're delegating the raising up of your child to a teacher who did not exactly want to be a teacher, but maybe wanted to be an engineer, but didn't make the cut. Maybe the teacher is not even competent enough, of which I've met enough incompetent maths teachers in South Africa. It's sad, actually. So, what can we do? Firstly, each and every one of you, whether mathematical or not mathematical, we can channel the thinking of our children by asking questions like, let's say the child is doing homework, yeah? You can ask 4 basic questions that you use for project management, exactly, right? Remember, like, have you understood the problem? That's analysis. A lot of kids fail maths because they don't take time to understand the problem. Have you devised the plan? The plan is the formula, right? Carry out the plan, evaluate, do it iteratively, right? So that thinking that you use in your project management is the same methodology that is used for innovation, but the basis is the mathematical thinking. I've written a book entitled The Mathematical Genius in You. It is a book that teaches how to think like a mathematician, how to, what is it that those who achieved in maths, how did they do it? You can get it for 150 Rand after this. I'm not selling now. I'm solving a problem, right? Right. So you can see me afterwards. So it's important that we work together, because without individual social responsibility, we are fighting a losing battle, and we are going to be fighting this battle for for many generations to come. And Tia, I know that you might be supporting programs where you're getting iPads to schools and all that. That is very good, because we have to have that quantum leap where we don't have textbook distribution problems and all that. But are we saying that we have upskilled our teachers to an extent whereby they can actually optimally teach with those iPads? Can those kids use those iPads? Are we not just taking textbooks in paper form and translating them into iPads? What are we doing exactly? When we say we're innovating by giving kids iPads, are we really innovating? Or are we just changing platforms? When I was at Georgia Tech University, I was blown away because they have virtual campuses. They have what is known as augmented reality, where you can touch, feel things. You can, it's amazing. You can play games. You'll be doing maths, but not even realizing you're doing maths. So we have to really, really, really be transformative in our approach to problem solving, which will feed the pipeline of innovation. So from today, I am going to ask you, I'll ask you politely, please help your child with maths. Even if you don't know how to do maths, buy my book and see how you can help them become better, right? Thank you very much.